Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Let me start with something honest. I cannot stand fake people, or anyone who pretends to be something they are not. One of my mentors in Adapt once told me, "You are not important. Your messages." That stuck with me because it is true for everyone. Whether you are a big time celebrity or nobody, if your message is not genuine, nothing else matters. I have met plenty of people who think they are quote unquote important, but importance means nothing without authenticity. I do not care who you are. If you treat me with respect, I will treat you with respect. Even when someone disrespects me, I try to respond respectfully, because respect should go both ways. And trust me, I can tell the difference between someone who respects me and someone who is talking down to me like I am 5 years old. Back in college, I once talked with a group of fraternity brothers who were worried about the risk of having me in the basement of their inaccessible house. I told them the only real risk of partying was waking up and realizing you fathered a child. That was my way of showing them my mental age matched my physical age, and that I was not someone to underestimate. I can also tell when someone is exaggerating or trying to seem more important than they are. And that brings me to something I see all the time. People inflating their ego by saying, "I work in the medical field," when all they actually do is housekeeping. Let me be clear, there is nothing wrong with housekeeping in a hospital. It is essential. Hospitals and hotels literally cannot function without it. But some people feel the need to quote, upgrade their job title, and it usually comes down to insecurity. A lot of jobs inside hospitals, hotels, motels, and nursing homes are socially undervalued. Housekeeping, dietary, laundry, transport. These roles keep the entire building running, but society doesn't treat them with the respect they deserve. So instead of saying, "I work in housekeeping," people say, "I work in the medical field," because it sounds more impressive. It is a way of borrowing prestige from the environment. But being near medical work is not the same as doing medical work. My grandma worked as a medical transcriptionist, and I think she knew more about the medical field than most just by typing reports. Sometimes people do it because they want respect without earning it. It is the same energy as someone saying they are basically a manager when they are not, or acting like they run the place when they do not. It is ego inflation, plain and simple. And here is the irony. They do not need to exaggerate anything.
Oh.
Housekeeping is important. Infection control, safety, sanitation, none of it happens without them. The problem isn't the job. The problem is how society labels certain work as unskilled, especially work done by women, immigrants, and people with disabilities. And that ties into a bigger point. Every job matters. From a high-powered CEO to the person delivering newspapers at dawn, every role keeps society running. Your paycheck or your prestige does not determine your value, your contribution does. I think that is what people need to focus on. Take personal care attendants, for example. It is true they aren't going to make a five-figure salary. It is also true that the minimum requirement is often just a high school diploma or a GED. But that does not make the work simple, and it definitely does not make it unimportant. Personal care attendants may not be medical professionals in the licensed sense, but they are absolutely part of the care system that keeps people safe, healthy, and able to live independently. Their work includes helping with bathing, dressing, toileting, and mobility. They support daily routines that prevent hospitalization. They notice changes in the person's condition. They provide stability, safety, and independence. They make it possible for disabled people to live in their own homes instead of institutions. None of that is trivial. None of that is replaceable. And none of that is unskilled. The low barrier to entry does not reflect the lack of importance, it reflects how society undervalues care work. Historically, jobs done by women, immigrants, and disabled people get labeled unskilled, even when they require patience, emotional intelligence, physical ability, and trust. Bottom line, every job matters. Every role contributes. And attendant care work, even when it isn't medical, is essential. You do not have to degrade yourself by inflating your ego. I would not have been able to move without my attendants. I would not have been able to do anything without my attendants. So be proud of your job, because every service job is important no matter what they tell you. please like this video. And if you are new, hit the subscribe button. I will see you.